The price of Bitcoin continues pumping. Now, trading is boring. We do know certain levels where the price could get a reaction. And this is what we're going to talk about in today's episode. Just like we did in the previous live stream, guys, we were talking about the only interesting level to get a rejection here last Friday was the 69,550. The price has exactly hit that level, and we already got a pullback of over $900. Of course, the price is continuing to form higher lows. The price is bullish. We are in uptrend momentum. So we're going to talk about the levels of resistance and support and what are the different signs of strength and signs of weakness so we can look for some different trading opportunities. Of course, we've had the weekly close now, and we can see that we have confirmed a weekly higher high close. We've been closing lower high weekly closes, as we can see right over here. And we just confirmed closing this weekly above the weekly closes back from July. Okay, so that is really, really bullish. Even though if the price does pull back in the next coming weeks, we are just on the verge of hitting all-time high. It's going to happen sooner rather than later. So before we do jump in, guys, into the technical analysis, level to level trading, could we get continuation to the upside? Absolutely yes. We just need to wait for certain levels that I'm going to be explaining in today's episode to jump in and out of a trade. We're going to be talking about the levels of support as well. What are going to be the levels that I'm interested in? This is intraday, guys. And if you want more information of that, you do have the Legends trading community, of course, where they do have priority. Eventually, we were talking about the guidance on how to get into that short position at $69,550. Now, let's dive in right away into the technical analysis, guys, because we have been having some liquidity just above $69,000 throughout the weekend. We've been building hundreds of millions of dollars of short liquidation. So we've finally got that leg to the upside, hitting 69,500, right? Our very interesting level for that pullback. Beautiful. That is the zone where we exactly hit, guys. And we already got that pullback of over $900. But we are uptrending, guys. The price is bullish. It looks like that we want to go to higher levels. If you did short that level, well, eventually you want to take some profits already, guys. You know, this is beautiful short position, very good risk management. You know, we are uptrending. So without a doubt, you want to take some profits. I'm going to make you understand why the price got a bounce, something that we were talking about in the Legends trading community yesterday, Sunday, as I was doing an update, where we did get a very interesting bounce. And this is just adding confluence, guys. Let's just keep this educational. Yesterday, we were forming a nice round formation right over here, as you can see. Now, we've got the VWAP, the volume weighted average price. When we get the session volume profile, taking a look at the volume profile from each day, what was very interesting yesterday is that we were hitting, okay, the VWAP, the previous day value area high. We also had, you know, the previous day point of control in this zone, but we were forming higher lows here very, very nicely, as you can see. And we were forming some bullish CVD divergence. So we are uptrending. We can get into long positions on the retracement, and you need this confluence, guys. Just adding VWAP, previous day point of control, bullish CVD divergence as well. That was the case yesterday when we do take a look at the CVD when we were trading around about $68,500, right? That is where we got bullish CVD divergence, as well as you can see on all of the exchanges. You got a lot of people shorting right there, and then the price eventually taking those highs. So just a little bit of reading the momentum. Now, what are my next trading opportunities that I would be looking at throughout today, apart from the scalping ones that will be discussed throughout today in the Legends trading community? Well, let's talk about a little bit of a higher time frame, guys, because we did get that rejection. It does look like that we are going to go to higher levels. Now, these levels of resistance, they're just for scalping, right? You get a move of $500, $600, $700. It's good to get in, get out, especially if you're shorting on this bullish momentum. So what if the price does suddenly break out? We go to higher levels. We've had the naked point of control, also the 1.618 extension from the move that we've had throughout the last 10 days. This is like a 1, 2, 3. You could still arguably discuss that this is still a 3-waver move. And the level that we got resistance is that naked point of control, is also the 1.618, okay, from the 10th of October low to the high to the low right over here, right? 69,500, 1.618 extension, the naked point of control, beautiful rejection right over there. However, we got the pullback. We're still maintaining higher lows. Hey, this is just going up and up. If you did short, time to take some profits. If you did get into any longs, eventually that naked point of control at 69.5K, that's a take profit zone, guys. We need to be scalping this area because we do not know if we're going to shoot up, right, and go to all-time high or above 70K, or are we going to get a pullback? When we do zoom out and analyze the situation of this uptrend from the last 10 days, it would make sense for the price to start getting a corrective move based on the timing, based on the momentum that we have been forming throughout the last few days. Be careful because there will be a moment, all right, with high probability hitting 70K or not, that at some point we get the sharp pullbacks, okay? So long positions, we need to be very, very careful and very selective on where we enter because at some point you are going to get that pullback of a few $1,000s and people are going to be buying the very shallow pullbacks and they're going to get trapped into the larger pullback. So I'm going to explain exactly what are the levels that I am looking at here, looking at the lower time frame. How would I execute a long position? Hey, you are looking for shorts, but the price is just forming higher lows and continuing to hit the highs. Well, the best level that we do have, in my opinion, right now to maintain higher low momentum, it has to be the point of control of the range, the point of control that we have been forming throughout the last few days, right? If we do take a look at the volume profile from the last 5 days traded, there is a point of control right over here, and I don't want this level to be lost, right? You get fixed volume profile from last Friday, even from last Wednesday. Point of control here, very solid level if we want to maintain higher low support structure. If we do take a look at Fibonacci from the lows of the weekend to the highs that we just created the last few hours, we have the 7-8 Fibonacci. Currently, we're getting a little bounce at the 618. So paying attention to the point of control from the last 5 to 6 days, right? Ranging here, this momentum. We've got a high volume node. We are consistently forming higher lows. So if this low right over here does maintain, I mean, this is a intraday zone that I would be looking at, right? Why not continue the momentum to the upside, forming higher highs and higher lows? Well, the best level for me would be this one right over here. Point of control, we got the 7-8 from this last move here to the upside. And what I would want to see looking at the CVD is some very aggressive lower lows in this range. So when I do zoom in, what I would want to see here is the CVD forming some pretty aggressive lower lows. So if we do get that leg to the downside, I want to see CVDs forming some lower lows right over here. It is not the case. There is more long positions entering. So we still need to be cautious, but you never know. On Bybit, you do get those volatile moves on the CVD. And of course, if you get a bunch of people shorting very aggressively and you start forming higher lows on the price action from the weekend and lower lows on the CVD, well, that could be a good sign that there's too many shorts entering and that we could be getting that bounce round about the point of control. This is not going to be an easy zone, guys. I'm very much aware of the large pullback. At some point, price will get a pullback. The question is when, and we do not want to be the last guys longing, but the best chance would be this level. Point of control, 7-8 from the move of the low of the weekend till today's highs. And you know, look to see if we're going to form bullish CVD divergence. And of course, this would be the zone where I would be looking for the kind of double bottom scenario, maintaining our support and just continue the massive uptrend that we have been forming throughout the last few days. That is the best level that I do see available, where I will be taking informed decision and placing stop loss where it needs to be. All right, this either reaction bounce, stop loss beneath these lows right over here beneath the 0.88, if I am going to believe that we're going to form a higher low right there, or a double bottom scenario, very much aware of a local double bottom at this point of control from the last few days. All right, that is how I will be looking to get into a long position right over here. Now, if we break down, well, then I have to say, look, a possible liquidity grab from this low and an instant bounce is very possible, but I'm going to be scalping the levels, guys. This is not going to be an easy range. We either move up to 70K or we break down and we move down a few $1,000s. But I think a liquidity grab here is great. I do believe that that could be getting a pretty nice reaction bounce all the way up to the point of control. These are moves of $300-400. This is intraday scalping, okay? Quick liquidity grab, then back up to the point of control. That's where I would be looking to take some profits. Now, let's talk about the higher time frame levels, all right, of resistance, because look, we need to be cautious with longs, be very selective where we have confluence, just like yesterday we were hitting VWAP, previous day value area high, maintaining the momentum to look to come back up to the highs, and that's where you're taking profit. Take profit if you're longing in this range. If you do not take profit at the highs, there will be a moment, if you've been longing a few days ago, price is going to get a corrective move, and you'll be sorry for not taking profit. Large corrections, guys, are there, and I do believe that they're around the corner, okay? They're around the corner. Just to stay on the safe side, make sure to take profit at the highs, because when we hit highs, we never know if we're going to form a higher time frame double top, and the larger pullback is going to be around the corner, okay? We're scalping and we're day trading. Hey, we're talking about the levels of support, resistance, beautiful resistance at 69,500. We got a pullback of over $900. What is the next level? What if the price breaks through here, right? Well, eventually, we do have the highs from July. We have $70,090, which is the highs of July. Definitely a swing failure pattern level. Definitely a level where the price could hit and get a quick rejection of a few $100, okay? The naked point of control at 69,550 could be a take profit zone. That could be flipping as support, that high volume node from the 29th of July. So you could get that quick reaction here, swing failure pattern, drop a few $100, and your take profit zone, first of all, would be that naked point of control. It's just a resistance support flip. So that is definitely has to be your take profit zone. That is already a move of $500 where you can make some gains. Hey, what happens if we do not get a reaction and the price just blasts through? It pumps over $1,000 and it gets to 70,900 zone. That's my next level of interest. Why? Because we have another naked point of control. This one did get a beautiful reaction. We got another one here from the price action of the 5th of June, 6th of June. This consolidation, basically. You can see this consolidation right over here that has a massive high volume node. Now, that level is extremely interesting. And why is this level extremely interesting at 70,900? Well, when we get the all-time high price action and we get the Fibonacci retracement from the high to the low of the 5th of August, what we can see here is that the 0.88 Fibonacci is also sitting at 70,900, where we have that naked point of control. Huge level. I love the 0.88. They almost always get a reaction, and at least a reaction of a few $100, where I would be ready to get into a day trade setup, okay? It is right over here where we have another naked point of control. Make sure to mark that level, 70,900, because we could probably reject a few $100. And remember, the 0.88 is the new golden pocket, in my opinion, right? Where we have been getting those insane reactions throughout the last few months, from pivot highs to pivot lows. You got 0.88 right there, reaction. Also a pivot low to a pivot high right there. 0.88 exactly tapped here, bouncing a few $1,000 from all-time high to this pivot low. Again, 0.88. 0.88, guys, new golden pocket. It does get a reaction a lot of the times. And when we get the all-time high to that pivot low, all right, from the 5th of August, the 0.88 is at 70,900, where we have that naked point of control. Okay, and naked point of control, just like we mentioned on the previous stream, we have reaction and rejection of several $100s. We did get that reaction and rejection, guys, just a few hours ago. Remember that you do have an insane bonus, guys, with Bluffin. Bluffin has to be the best no KYC platform out there. And you do have 10% cash back, all right? So you deposit $2,000, you're getting $200 on top of that. So you can use for your trading. Check out Bluffin, guys. It is the third link down below in the description. Make sure to subscribe. I'll be doing a live stream later on. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.